Hello and welcome everyone, this is Cavalor, and today we'll be continuing on with Call of Duty 2, playing through the Russian campaign. And hopefully today I can actually finish up this campaign. Because there's only 2 missions left. This one and the next one.
Let's move!
Alright, let's go. We got an SCV-40.
Look out! Enemy grenade!
Go back. Thank you, Dima. Didn't throw it that far, but... Okay, let's move up. Dang it! Should've took cover. I was trying to nail him. Let's move over here. Gotta get these guys. Take cover. Explode. And yeah, let's move up. Oh, what? Get you down. Get you down. Alright. This time, stand up, try to get over here. Okay. Oh, can't even flank them, so... Me dying last time was useless against them. Yeah, this is towards the end of the entire Stalingrad campaign. Very quickly after this, the 6th Army will end up surrendering to the Russians. This was actually the first major success of the Russian army. And part of the reason for that was actually, funny enough, Stalin backing off of control of the Red Army. Before this, he had a lot of control over the Red Army. But that led to disasters because Stalin kept demanding that the Red Army hold when realistically they should have retreated. A great example of this was Kiev. Like, they lost 1 million soldiers at Kiev. And it was all because Stalin was like, no, you will not abandon Kiev. When they realistically should have, and a lot of the generals were saying, yeah, we need to abandon Kiev. But, uniquely with this campaign, Stalin began to ease up a bit and let Zhukov take command more and more. And that actually led to pretty much the encirclement of the Red Army, because that was actually the first operation that the Red Army had the full control over, really over itself. And it had a huge success. And that kind of allowed Stalin to kind of put his trust in the army more and more, until eventually towards the end of the war, he was barely even involved with a lot of the decision-making of the Red Army. Basically, it was Zhukov's show from then on. If you're wondering why Stalin wanted control of the army, A, he's a dictator, and how you remain in control is you have to have the army on your side. Easiest way is just control them directly. But the main reason why is because the communists naturally distrusted the military, because back during World War I, most of the officers were aristocratic elite that would actually go against the revolution that the Red forces, the Bolsheviks, were fighting for. So a lot of the old officers were seen as being like an aristocratic class that was oppressing the workers, the regular soldiers. And that's why the commissars existed, because they didn't trust the officers. They wanted the officers under their control. And Stalingrad was really the first time that the army actually was able to operate without huge amounts of scrutiny from the party. And they began to be a lot more successful. So yeah, it's actually a really interesting thing that not a whole lot of people know about, because a lot of people think that, you know, the commissars had a huge amount of authority, and at the beginning of the war, they did have a huge amount of authority, but it was done out of fear of the bourgeois officer corps, and towards Stalingrad, and then after Stalingrad, certainly, they began to put more trust into the officer corps, and that's when the Red Army became a really effective fighting force. Anyway, on to the last mission, which is, of course, the obligatory sniper mission in every single Russian World War II game. You have to have a sniper mission. We'll get the sniper rifle soon enough. It's like in every single American campaign. At some point, you either are going to parachute in, or you're going to assault a beach on D-Day. Or, you know... Well, you're either going to assault a beach, or you're going to parachute in. If you're playing any American campaign in World War II. Scope Mosin.
Good. Now wait for Pavel to get that bastard's attention. Pavel, do it. Yes, comrade. Red building, second floor.
Red building, second floor. There you are.
He's dead. Good shot, comrade. Well done, Vasily. Now let's move on. We still have to secure the rest of City Hall.
Did you change models? I think he changed models. Because he was wearing a different hat. Which actually approved, because now he looks more like a lieutenant in the Red Army. Oh, scope car 98K. Oh god. Was he standing on top of me? Because I was pretty well saturating that area with a submachine gun. I got distracted looking at the scope car. Oh. That is a Panzer II with the cannon version.
Cover me while
secure the west wing? We pretty much did. What do you want? Oh, do you have to clear down here as well? I think we do.
Na, bei mir bleiben!
Clear here real quick. Reload. Over here. Alright.
Top floor clear!
Cool. Now we move on to the next
The building
part.
is secure, comrades! We must prepare for their counterattack!
Oh.
Take up defensive positions!
I'm taking this. This is a great sniper position.
They're
Plenty of
starting the
cover.
attack!
Although I might actually go here for a better field of fire.
Hold this position, comrades! Enemy infantry! Find the tank! Open!
Again, this is towards the end of the war. So, well, not towards the end of the war. It's actually still very early in the war. But it's late in the end of the battle. So, there would not be this amount of, like, fight left in the, Germans. Because they're actually going to surrender soon. Pretty sure all their airfields have been taken out at this point. So, or close to them. So, you know, they're going to be starving, pretty much out of ammunition. Pretty much out of really everything. And, if you actually take a look at that statistic I posted in the last video, 91,000 Germans were taken prisoner at Stalingrad. Only 5,000 survived the entire war. And that was not because of, like, mistreatment. Well, they were mistreated, but they did not die because of the mistreatment by Russian troops, mainly. They died because they were in such a bad condition by the time that they got to the Russians. They pretty much were already done. Like, the numbers are disputed, but most people agree only like about a third of all the Russian prisoners of war at maximum died, or like 35%. So, you know, that huge amount of death, the fact that only 5,000 of the 91,000 prisoners taken at Stalingrad survived the war, was mainly due to the fact that they were starving by the time that they actually ended up in Russian custody, that they were just so far gone. Now, Paulus was actually the first field marshal in German history to actually surrender to an enemy, which was actually the whole reason why he was promoted to field marshal. He's promoted field marshal post encirclement, and it was kind of like a little way of trying to get him to, you know, keep fighting and to not surrender and to fight to the death. All because, ooh, need to get a tank weapon. There. But, yeah, they basically wanted him to keep fighting to the death, and eventually he just surrendered because there was absolutely no hope of him even having a chance of surviving the war, unless he surrendered. So, the Germans did attempt to break them out, but there was not enough forces around in order to actually break out Palace, and they got behind us.
MG-42 gunner, gray building, second floor.
Ooh. We're done.
The fascists are giving up their fight.
Alright, let's head up to the top.
The Germans are falling back. Run, you cowards! Ha ha!
Which, good thing is, I'm nearly out of sniper rifle ammo.
Well, fearless comrade Vasily. Looks like our numbers didn't come up today. Not yet, anyways.
Yep. Oh, that unlocks the American campaign. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna pull back. I just want to talk real quick about the Russian campaign. I think overall it's really well done. It gets a couple things wrong about the Eastern Front. Again, there was no Panzer IIs inside of Stalingrad. And there's not G43s here. But this is something that I think is far more important to understand about history. Oftentimes it's better to actually get the feeling and the actual, like, attitude. Well, attitude's not necessarily the right word, but the rough, like, here's what this war was like for the soldiers on the front line. And I think this campaign does an excellent job of actually, portraying that feeling, portraying how, how it was like in Stalingrad. It doesn't do a perfect job because, it's a video game. It's limited in that way. It still needs to make the game fun. But overall, despite the inaccuracies, I would say that the missions here they're really well done. They're fun. And more importantly, they help portray what Stalingrad was like. I think by far the best one in this entire campaign is the railroad station. But with that, thank you for joining, and next time. Oh baby, next time. Oh, next time. Point to Hawk. Probably my favorite level in the entire game. But thank you for joining me, and if you liked the video, I would appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.